The world can be a hard place, and it can be even nastier when you have millions of people coming after you for a past mistake. And even though oftentimes celebrities deserve the hate that they get, sometimes they don't. And today on Beyond the Screen, I'm going to be listing the top 10 celebrities who want us to feel sorry for them. I'm Mackenzie, and let's get into the tea, because trust me, there's a lot of scandal in this video. Starting off at number 10, we have Olivia Jade. Influencer Olivia Jade was dragged through the mud when it was revealed that her and her sister were involved in the college admissions scandal because her parents paid $500,000 to secure her entry into USC. And her reaction to the outrage has been back and forth, with her occasionally showing remorse, but other times getting mad in the defense of her mother. However, she tried to clear things up by going on Red Table Talk, which one of the hosts, Adrienne Banfield Norris, found ironic, with her saying, quote, "I fought it tooth and nail," referring to Olivia's appearance on the show, adding, quote, "I just found it really ironic that she chose 3 black women to reach out to for her redemption story. I feel like here we are, a white woman coming to black women for support when we don't get the same from them," adding that Olivia is the epitome of white privilege. Throughout the interview, Olivia brings up her white privilege and admits that it made it easy for her to cheat. And even though she did admit what her parents did was wrong, she didn't take much accountability for her own actions and basically blamed it all on them. In the interview, she says she's not asking for pity, but from the tone of it, it seems that she wants everyone to think that she was the victim of her parents' scheme, which I don't think is true. And at number 9, Monica Lewinsky. Monica Lewinsky is the poster child of a person who had one mistake affect their entire life. And after she was exposed for servicing former President Bill Clinton, her life was never the same. And her shameful notoriety followed her everywhere. And her mistake has followed her around since she was 22, with her not being able to live a normal life because of the press coverage of the scandal. And in the documentary, The Clinton Affair, Monica flat out says that Hillary still does not feel that it was an abuse of power, and that Monica knew what she was doing because she was an adult at the time. Then adding that she never received an apology from Bill Clinton either, saying in the interview, quote, "Bill Clinton should want to apologize. I'm less disappointed by him and more disappointed for him. He would have been a better man for it, and we in turn a better society." Also adding that he was privileged in the sense that the media slowly forgot about it when talking about him, but they never let Monica forget it. And at number 8, Tana Mongeau. Tana Mongeau is a celebrity YouTuber best known for being controversial, with Tana being in a major scandal pretty much every year at this point. And even though her scandals are the result of her own bad actions, she blames her parents and her upbringing for her mistakes and wants everyone to know that it's the reason that she's the controversial person that she is today. In a recent episode of the Call Her Daddy podcast, she told the host Alex Cooper all about her terrible time growing up, and how her lack of a parental figure caused her to be so ignorant of so many things as a child. And even though she doesn't directly deflect the blame onto her parents, it's heavily implied. And at number 7, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber was one of the most famous teens ever, and because he was thrust into fame so young, he obviously was not the perfect role model. And because of this, he had a lot of bad press, and the loneliness and confusion he felt during this time led him to use substances and put his life at risk. Now Justin is open about what fame did to him and shedding light on how that treatment made him feel. He's even making an effort to support younger artists when they come up, like he's done for Billie Eilish. And with the release of his song Lonely, it's clear he was hurting, saying in the song, quote, "Everybody knows my past now, like my house was always made of glass. And maybe that's the price you pay for the money and the fame at an early age." And at number 6, Hailey Bieber. Hailey Bieber is someone who just needs a break, and she needs Jelena shippers to stop trashing her and Justin's marriage. Hailey is actually a key part in Justin's recovery, and it's thanks to her support that he has changed into the man that he is today. But even though the couple have been married for a year, people still want to see Justin back with Selena. So much that only a few weeks ago, a Jelena fan told other fans to bombard Hailey's Instagram live with messages saying that Justin should leave her for Selena. The hate got so bad that both Justin and Hailey addressed it, with Hailey writing in an Instagram story, quote, "I would never in a million years wish for someone to be treated this way, and I will never condone this kind of hateful behavior. I want to only support, uplift, and encourage other women in this industry and wish them nothing but love and success, and I wish this for all my followers and supporters to do the same." How about number 5, Pete Davidson? This is honestly someone who I think got treated really badly. But when Pete Davidson was dating Ariana Grande, he was thrust into the spotlight, and not really in a good way. He was constantly put down, with people saying Ariana was out of his league. It was so bad he had to be insanely self-deprecating just so people would lay off him. He was also called out for bad jokes, with people saying that Ariana deserved better. People also accused him of gold digging and clout chasing. And when the relationship quickly ended, Pete again took the brunt of the blame and embarrassment. and now he's forever branded with Ariana, and it's gonna take a lot for him to show the public a different side of him. In at number 4, Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer might be the most hated female comedian ever, and possibly for a good reason. But Amy definitely does not think she deserves all the hate that she gets. And honestly, she probably doesn't. Most of the criticism against her is that she's not funny, too sexual, and steals jokes. People also say she talks too much about the patriarchy and blame sexism on the fact that men don't find her funny. And even if that's true or not, she probably gets way more hate than she deserves. And at number 3, Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa is an adult film star turned influencer who has been vocal on social media about the exploitation rampant in the adult industry. She told YouTuber Anthony Padilla that she was approached at a very vulnerable point in her life, and after realizing the mistake that she made, she wanted out. But unluckily for her, one of her controversial videos had gone viral, and she was getting death threats because of it. And even though she was only in the industry for 3 months and made a dozen videos, her infamy online has only caused her to keep growing in popularity, even though she wishes it would all stop. Now that she's out of the industry, she does her best to educate people on the dangers of that world. And at number 2, Nickelback. The most famously hated band of all time is Nickelback, no question. This band makes no sense because they actually are incredibly successful, but at the same time it's difficult to find someone that will admit to liking them because of how generally hated that they are. The band has sold more than 50 million albums worldwide, has sold out Madison Square Garden, and has been nominated for 6 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year and Best Rock Album. They even rank as the 2nd best-selling foreign act in the US of the 2000s, behind the Beatles. So these guys clearly make music that people actually like. Although nobody has been able to determine why people hate them, it's pretty much a known fact. The hate for them was actually so bad at one of their concerts that they briefly stopped the show. As for the band themselves, they told a media outlet that all they hear is that they're loved by fans and brushed the rest off. And honestly, I think there should be one collective apology for this band because they just really don't deserve what they get. And finally, number 1, Nicolas Cage. Nick Cage is the most memed actor ever, as his outlandish acting styles have given tons of crazy faces to use in almost any memeable situation. And he's very aware of the fact that he is the butt of the joke in the acting world. In an interview he did with IndieWire, he spoke about what's been called, quote, cage rage, which is the reaction to all his crazy characters. When speaking about it, he said, quote, the issue is with the advent of the internet doing these mashups where they pull all these choice moments without the context of the whole film around to support it, has created this memification, if you will. Then adding that he likes to play crazy and outlandish characters, and that's why he goes after those roles. And honestly, I think we all owe him an apology. He doesn't deserve to be acting a disgrace, in my opinion. Alright guys, that is all for the video. Let me know what you're thinking below. And were there any that I missed? But before I head out, I'm going to shout out some comments from my video on celebrities that saved their fans' lives. One user said, I hate that when Heidi Klum single-handedly saved 3 people, all they could talk about was how her breast popped out. That is just the media in a nutshell. That is so unfortunate. Props to her, what a great woman. Then Simon said Naya Rivera lost her life saving that of her own sons. To me, that's extremely heroic. Agree, that is extremely heroic. I really wish we could get more details about that whole situation because that just seems so crazy to me. So sad. Then Helen said, if you're ever stuck in a riptide, swim parallel to the shore until you're out of the rip, then swim to shore. If you try and fight the rip, you'll just tire yourself out fighting and end up dragging out further. Thank you so much for that comment. For anyone that, if you ever find yourself in this situation one day, swim parallel. Then someone else said, does anyone else see the irony in being saved from drowning by DiCaprio on a boat? Love that Titanic reference. If only he was saved, then who knows what Jack Dawson could have done. Yeah, no, I didn't pick up on that at first. You guys are clever. Alright guys, that is all for the video today. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you made it all the way here, if you liked the channel and want to see some more, make sure to like and sub to us below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.
And you're laughing. And we're rolling.
No, I love it here. Hello, hello.
There you go. No, now we're starting late.
Whatevers. Okay. And she needs Jelena.
Jelena.
Jillian. This is why you're here.
I know.
All I think of is the vine that goes, look at this graph. Based off, look at this photograph. I'm sending that to you later.
You should. I don't think I've seen that one, but truly, their songs aren't even that bad, okay? I'll go on record.
Put it in.
Put it in. Their songs aren't even that bad, okay? Some of them, kinda good. Jesus.
Wait for the feed.